Hi, I'm Mike Missinio, and I'm going to be talking to you about the McLaren P1s and LaFerrari's hybrid electric systems. So, a quick review of the McLaren P1. The price tag is 1.3 million. It weighs 3,086 pounds, which isn't too bad for all the technology in there. It can do 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, 0 to 186 in 17 seconds, and has a combined horsepower of 903 when the electric motor and the twin turbo V8 work together. The active aero can produce 1,320 pounds of downforce, and there were only 375 ever built. So the McLaren P1's electric hybrid system is called the iPASS system. This stands for Instant Power Assist System, and it can be controlled by this red button right here on the steering wheel. Basically push that and it gives you an instant 176 horsepower from the electric motor. You have to have your your hand on that button or it is going to turn off, or if you hit the brakes it's going to turn off. But it does have a mode where it's constantly working in the background. It smooths power delivery, it fills all those holes when you're shifting, and it helps at low end. Just helps the engine rev up a bit better. So basically, the mechanical system is pretty simple. It's just an electric motor bolted right to the side, or electric motor generator bolted right to the side of the engine, and then it's driven by gear right to the flywheel where it combines power with the twin turbo V8, and it sends it to the transmission and out to the wheels. So there's a couple methods of charging the P1. First would just be what you would normally think of with a hybrid. Just plug it into the wall. The normal charging time is 2 hours for a full charge, but then they have this crazy pit lane charging box thing, which takes only 10 minutes. But either way you do it, even with a full charge, it's only going to last 6.2 miles on full electric mode. So McLaren really wasn't planning on having people drive around just in electric mode. So another charging method is basically every time you let off the gas, you're coasting down, it sends that rotational force through the wheels, back into the transmission, through the flywheel, then over to its motor generator where it charges the battery from there. McLaren decided not to go with regenerative braking like many others have because they thought it affected brake pedal feel and they wanted this to be a true driver's car. It was actually pretty difficult to find information on the P1's battery, but I found out that Johnson Matthey Battery Systems made the McLaren's battery. So I went on their website, dug around, found a battery that fit all the specifications that the P1s had that I could find. And this is what I found. It's a 324 cell lithium ion battery. They definitely favored power density over energy storage. That's why you get like this 6.2 mile range. And they located it upright behind the passenger seats and in between the engine. So, quick review of the LaFerrari before we go into detail on that now. Cost 1.4 million, so 100,000 more than the P1. Has a combined horsepower of 950 with its V12 engine and electric motor. Can do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds, and it has a top speed of 218. They produced 499 of them, which really bugs me. Should have produced one more, but whatever. Okay, so their hybrid electric system is called the HIKER system, which stands for Hybrid Kinetic Energy Recovery System. This system is actually pretty cool. They have an electric motor mounted to the back of the transmission, the opposite side of the engine. So the transmission actually has two inputs, one over here from the engine and one from the electric motor. they based this off of the Formula One KERS system, which was the kinetic energy recovery system. And they also added an electric motor generator in the place of an alternator, which I'll talk about on the next slide. So, yeah, one of the charging methods is that the electric generator alternator thing. They use this when the engine is making extra torque and power that they don't need going to the wheels. It takes this opportunity to use some of that and charge the batteries. Examples of when this would be is like under hard cornering, when the traction control is hitting in, just basically when you need less power to the wheels. It's going to take it up, charge the battery a little bit. Ferrari also decided to do regenerative braking. They figured it was worth the little less brake pedal feel for a solid charging system. So, the LaFerrari's battery is a 120 cell lithium battery, weighs 132 pounds, and it's located below and behind the seats. Their battery is a lot flatter, lower, and lighter than the P1's battery. I hope you found this information interesting. Here are my sources.